This is INTERGEO TV discussing the topics with Ed Parsons from Google. You're the first time here with the INTERGEO?
Not for me personally. I think it's the first time that sort of Google's been represented at the conference. So I think this year we're beginning to look much more seriously about how we can make our cloud infrastructure that we use for our consumer products available more to the enterprise, to the professional user. So that's why we're here.
You heard, I think, was a nice word of one of the moderators to say Google is just an engine for the INTERGEO.
Well, that's nice. I think that's very very positive. I think we provide an infrastructure, we provide a software platform that has largely been used by consumers. So across the web, you see Google Maps on almost every website. It's by far the most popular web mapping tool. But behind that web mapping tool, there's a massive infrastructure of servers, computing resources that are equally valuable to the enterprise. If you have your own geospatial data that you want to share with your partners, with your users, we're looking at ways that we can make that available to you. So in effect, you can rent our infrastructure for a time.
You're at home all around the globe, but if you discuss Germany and its development in this market?
Germany is hugely influential in geospatial sense, and I think there are two poles, if you like, two aspects. One is the surveying heritage here in Germany, and you have a show like INTERGEO absolutely represents that historically. So you have all the big surveying companies here, many of them are German. But then there's a growing element of the geospatial industry here in Germany, which is around open source solutions and open source data. And by far, Germany leads the world, I think, in open source technology. And I think many of the innovations of the next few years will come from that community.
Talking about the mobile applications and the classical internet, there's a change you mentioned.
There is, and we're seeing this change happening. We expected it to, but it's happening perhaps more rapidly than even we imagined. And that there are times now where more people are accessing Google Maps via mobile devices than on their desktop or on connected websites and things. So, I think our future is going to be a mobile future where everyone will be accessing geospatial data on their mobile device as they move around. And there's huge advantages actually in that. Those devices in many ways are more intelligent than a desktop computer. They immediately know where they are, and they can use that context to provide services that are very much personalized to someone's location. So there's huge potential and opportunity from the move to mobile.
Talking about rapid movement, rapid development, what are the next steps you expect? Sooner or later?
The next steps? Well, as I said, I think mobile is going to be increasingly important, and being able to deliver services to you wherever you might be on whatever device you might be using. So that's your mobile phone, your tablet computer. Having access to information that increasingly is personalised. So knowing that your preference is to use the S-Bahn rather than to drive will automatically give you directions that use public transport rather than road directions. Now, for that to happen, we need to share more of our personal information, and we need to be very careful, clearly, about how we do that and how we provide mechanisms to manage that. But I think increasingly the web will become more and more personalised, and your location is a big element of that personalization.
So you're here in Nuremberg with a small presence. See you bigger in Hanover?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
Ed Parsons, thanks a lot.
Thank you.